everyone, it's Christina again, and we're outside in the sunshine, yay! The hurricane's coming this weekend, so I wanted to get the video out of the way early. It's Friday, where I am, upstate New York. I probably won't post this till Monday, so, you know, by then it'll be gray and rainy and downpour and wind whipping around, and yeah, I don't think that's very good for a video. There's bugs and critters flying around because I messed up a bee's nest, so if you see a fly swatter go, phew, that's why. Okay, so today's subject just kind of fell in my lap, which those are usually the best thing, but I was angry. I was really, really angry this morning. I went and visited my favorite forum, and I stumbled upon a post by somebody who was very upset because she has a client she's done work for, and he paid her first invoice, that's fine. Second one, he's disputing. For not a great reason. I mean, originally, yes, after we got into the, you know, a little more details, there was some things for him to be upset about, but now he refuses to pay. Or at least he's wording it as if it's all her fault and he shouldn't pay. Of course, we don't know both sides, so, but the idea of the post is what made me mad. The person writing the post didn't make me mad, and the client didn't make me quite so mad. Just the situation. Why did the situation even happen? It's hard for me to gather my thoughts because it irked me to do it. Okay. When you're starting out in business, we go back to the whole, I'm going to take everybody and anybody that brings me work so I can get dollars in the door. I get it. Okay. We've already discussed that's not the way to do it, but, you know, in a pinch, if you're young or just starting out and don't have anybody to fall back on or any money to fall back on, that's your mentality. It just works for everybody. The problem comes when you don't treat your business like a business. You say you have a business. No, you don't. If you don't own that business, it's not a business. As in, you own up to the fact that that is you. You're the boss. What you say goes. You set your policies in place. You decide if you're going to allow someone to get away with an unpaid invoice. And what happens if they don't pay it? You get to decide who you want to work with. You decide when you want to work with and how much you want to get paid for it. So why are you treating it like a hobby? If you're serious about having a business, then by golly, have a business. Put your foot down. Say, no, I am not an employee anymore. Even if you are, and you're building your business on the side, as soon as you walk out that boss's door, you're not an employee. You are your own person. You are the boss, the only boss that matters. Yeah, we've grown up all our lives hearing the customer's always right, customer's always right. Well, in respect, they are, but when they blatantly go against common courtesy, ethic, you know, all that, it just, oh, it infuriates me. That's why it's very important. Choose your clients. Choose who you want to work with. Don't let anybody else in the door. Okay? It's a waste of time. Now, my reply to this post was basically she has three choices. Number one, keep chasing him down for cash that he's obviously by his email says he's not going to pay. Number two, take him to small claims court, but unfortunately this particular client is in the legal system. So, yeah, most likely there's friends, and he's going to get what he wants. So that'd be a waste of a little bit of money and a lot of time. And third is just let it go. Take a deep breath. Take 3, 4, 10, whatever it takes. Get yourself calm, square, centered. Pull the emotions out of it. And I know it's really hard to do that sometimes, but it's better if you can just get rid of the emotional part of it and start thinking the logical side. Number one, don't waste any more time and money on this. This is too much effort you're putting into something that's not going to happen. It's just, he's not going to pay. It's that simple. He said blatantly, he's not going to pay. Whether his reasons for not paying are unfounded or if he's 100% right, he's not going to pay because he feels he doesn't need to. And that's fine if the client feels that way. But unless you want to keep that client, or you feel like you have to get revenge, or, you know, you got to make sure that you get what you work for, then just drop it. It's really, really, really not worth the effort. Now, the name of the post I came up with shortly before I started the video is basically working without a net. Because unless you put policies, and contracts in place, that's exactly what you're doing. You're working without a net. So when you start your business, make sure that's one of the first things you do before you take a client. You need to have those policies in place. How long are you going to give them to pay their invoice? How are you going to ask them to pay you? Check, PayPal, some other way? You know, these little mini things that you think, we'll figure it out. No, 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 no. Mama Chrissy here says, no, you don't do it that way. You need to decide for the client how they are going to work with you. Because if you don't, they'll make the decisions, and this is when bad things happen. I know, I understand. It's tough in the beginning. It really is, because you're not sure how to do things. You know what? If you take a Google search and start looking for contracts for whatever it is you do, I guarantee you'll find something you can work off of. My contract, I took 3 different versions, and then I added my own stuff. If you read the if you watched the first video, you know, in my contract, I specified you have to have a sense of humor. My clients know that. They don't question it. They giggle about it. They always mention it. And I say, yeah, why would I want to work with somebody that doesn't have a sense of humor? End of story. That's all it says. It doesn't say they have to like certain jokes or laugh at everything. It just means they have to have a sense of humor. They have to be able to allow me to help them de-stress if needed. That's it. So when you're writing up your contract, make sure you cover late payment policies. How often are you going to charge a late fee? When are you going to charge that late fee to start with? How much is a late fee going to be? Percentage, dollars, what? What happens if they don't pay after a certain amount of time? What are you going to do? Look up small claims court in your area. It costs $15 in my area to start a small claims court suit. The biggest thing that it sucks out of me is time, and I really don't want to deal with it. So I have never taken anybody's small claims court. I was there one time because somebody took me, and it wasn't even my fault. They were just wanting to get money from somebody, and I was the only one that had a job. So, but anyway, that's besides the point. So I know how small claims court works. I've been there. Don't like it. It's not fun. You sit there and you wait until all the traffic court people go and everything. Then you're last. That's it. You sit there for hours, and you have to be there when court starts. Otherwise, they won't take you. So yeah, big, huge waste of time. Okay? So you have to decide how you want to be treated. It's very simple. Now, you need a contract for your clients. Do one if you plan on doing project rates or hourly rate. Have 2 different contracts. One for the project, one for the hourly. Have a standard template. Set it up. You want to have the client's name, client's address, client's email address, phone number, all the information there. And you want to have in there what they're paying you, when they have to pay it, and how much it's going to cost them if they're late, and how often. That is number 1. Get that set. You don't want to work off-site. If you want to work from home only, put it in your contract. There are not local visits unless you are willing to pay me a big old chunk of money for the inconvenience. Okay? You get it? Now, this obviously goes for people who do service work. If you are an e-commerce site and you have, products you sell, this happened recently too, by the way, make sure on your website it states specifically your shipping charges, your shipping policies, and your shipping times. I ordered something for my husband for his birthday, knowing it wasn't probably going to get to me in time, but assuming it would have at least shipped by his birthday. And 3 days after his birthday, still hadn't shipped. My card still hadn't been charged. I'm like, it says it's in stock, what the heck? Go to their shipping page, which I looked at to begin with, but I want to make sure I didn't miss anything before I emailed. And nowhere on there does it say when they will ship, how fast they will ship, when to expect delivery, nothing. It tells you how much it's going to cost you to ship, depending on how big the order is. And it tells you that if you want to rush, as in they ship it out within 2 days, it's $15 extra. Nowhere does it say for regular shipping how long it's going to take, or even how many days before they ship. So I emailed customer service that they say on their site is huge, wonderful customer service. We're top of the line. Okay. Well, first of all, so far your customer service sucks because your shipping things aren't posted, and my item still hasn't shipped. So I email, and I do it nicely and say, here's my order number, and this is when I ordered it. Charge hasn't gone through. The item says it hasn't been shipped, yet it's in stock. Please explain. And I get an email back. They apologized. I appreciate that. But it was basically a kind of apology as far as I'm concerned, because right after they apologized, they said, oh, well, we ship out within 5 to 7 days when we get orders, but it's our slow season. So we're only shipping out once every 1 or 2 weeks. We have you scheduled to ship out within the next 2 or 3 days. Do you want to cancel the order, or would you like us to ship it? Now, the red comes out. I was so mad. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Not only do you not have your shipping policies up, but you change them whenever the heck you feel like it. How is that good customer service? It's not. I was angry. I wrote back and I said, I design websites every day. E-commerce, all different kinds of websites. Doesn't matter. And every single one of them, I make sure they have their policies online. So whoever set up your website did you a disservice by not mentioning it. I said, you should have a note on your shipping frequently asked questions page that you only ship 5 to 7 days after an order is made, unless they ask for a rush. And then on slow periods, change it so that people know that you're in a slow period and you're only shipping every 7 to 14 days. Because when people order something, they want it as fast as possible. We're the microwave generation. What do you expect? We want it like that. I was willing to wait. I'm always willing to wait. I have no problem as long as I know what's going on. So they don't have a contract I have to sign, but what they had was the policies, and they were incomplete. Lost me as a customer. I had them cancel it. Said I'd find the items elsewhere, which they were the cheapest, I'll say, but it's not worth it to me. A little cheaper is not, no, it's just not worth it. I want somebody to follow through. I want somebody who understands this is a business. Treat it as one. Treat your customers like you have to keep them all. Okay? Obviously, you don't want to keep the bad ones. But you know what I mean? If you have a contract in place, your policy's in place, and they're out there for everybody to see, anybody who's interested, then you have no qualms about anything. Nobody can say anything. You say, write my policy. Sorry, this is how it goes. If you want to adjust depending on your client, that's great. Give them a little leeway if they've been with you for, 6 months or so. But in the end, it comes down to your policy. Even in small claims court, it comes down to you having it in writing with their signature that says they agree to your policies. So don't make that mistake. Don't work without a net.